Hello, I'm Chylli from channel Chylli, also known as Try. We are back with more depersonalization. And let's load right back into our game here. Seeing that Julia is struggling even to walk, you decide to let her rest for a while. As you both take a break, you hear some faint crackling sounds, but after a thorough inspection in the vicinity, you find nothing damaged. After a short breather, Julia looks a bit better. Both of you are ready to move on. We really don't want to waste time here. As you approach the gate, you notice a nameplate, Rosalind. There's a sign, a Do Not Disturb, hanging below it. The door's ajar, unveiling a sliver of the within, though it's too dark to see a thing. After a careful listen, you predict it's safe inside. You notice a grave, it's already dug up. The gravestone bears the name Alicia, with the epitaph, I haven't entirely ceased to exist. The coffin has been pried open and a bleak scent of damp earth wafts by. Inside lies a decaying skeleton with a trace of a ring on one finger bone, nearly. The notebook is all about an architectural designs with loads of profound insights and heartfelt reflections. You pick up the old photo of the young couple sitting and snuggling by a tranquil lake, their silhouettes illuminated by the gentle moonlight. Even through the confines of this captured moment, a powerful unspoken love grasps your heart. A love so palpable that it transcends the boundaries of mere paper and ink. You scrutinize the date etched into the gravestone, 1956. The sepia-toned photograph is apparently took half a century ago. You're puzzled. You pass the photograph to Julia. He looks at it with an even more perplexed expression. I don't remember there being a grave back here. The name on the gravestone is the same as my father's. Is this some kind of cruel prank? Seriously, it's way too much. But look at how worn out it is. It doesn't even seem fake. My father never said anything about having siblings, and I've only been gone for a little while. How could there suddenly be a grave? He turns to you for help, but you're just as baffled. After a quick pause, you decide to set aside these questions for now and keep on exploring. The shrubs here are squashed and damaged, and there's bullet holes on the trees nearby. Among the mess, you find a small knife and a shotgun with no more shells. Further away in the grass, you find a trench coat. Hidden in the sticks and branches, you discover a file folder. The file folder has bloodstains all over it. Inside, you find a contract. It stated that Rosalind willingly transferred ownership of Farhope Park to the Viscontis. Alright, let me see here really quickly. You stand in the lobby on the first floor surveying your surroundings. To your left, there's an open door leading to a room with several bookshelves. Looks like it could be the owner's study. Looking up from the staircase, you see a corridor on the second floor, with windows that offer a view of the outside. And according to how this kind of building is usually laid out, the owner's bedroom should be on the third floor. As you brace yourself, okay, that's red mist. While you're exploring the mansion, the door behind you mysteriously shuts at some time. The view outside becomes strange and surreal. You see drips of water winding upward to the window's pane, as if the house and you are sinking into the lake. You push open the bedroom door and find a corpse lying on the bed. A quick examination reveals that she's shot in the chest. She wears a ring on her finger, but the gemstone on it is shattered. Clearly, the body has been carefully arranged. She looks serene, and there are traces of oil. Julia also sees the body in the bedroom. She lets out a shocked cry, taking a few steps back and hiding behind you. What? A dead body? Who is this? Shortly after, Julia knits her brows in a baffled frown, as if she's looking at something inexplicable. This is Mother's clothes, and it's Mother's ring. A possibility suddenly pops into Julia's head. She stares at the bed, muttering to herself in a daze. Is that Mother? No, it can't be. How could my mother have aged so much all of a sudden? Her face blanches. You hear the strange faint crackling sound again. The entire house begins to shake violently, as if it might collapse at any moment. Just as you're about to do something, Julia is gone. The house then stops shaking and returns to its previous silence. Where she stood is now all but empty, with only a blood red pendant left on the floor. Let me see what we got here. We don't have the proper gear to do the complete ending I wanted to do. So we'll go for one of the other endings, I suppose. Wait, never mind, we're stuck inside the mansion, I can't do that. the way, didn't you find a ring in the garden? The garden, you say, now that you mention it, but... You know what they say, finders keepers. 3 stones and it's yours, what do you say? Okay, we are completely out of stone, so that's not really a possibility. Say, why do I never read? God damn it. Okay, we should kill these guys very easily in here. Wait, leave it out, it's me, Lucky, stop it, I say. You stop your attack and see Lucky's hostile eyes regain their color with an extra glint of sadness in it. You wonder if you should have pulled your punches. Seems the red mist can infect otherworldly creatures. Do keep yourself from the red mist, it corrupts your mind. I was saying, there was that red mist that I call sick, didn't you figure out the rest? Yeah, you should definitely be leaving here, this place isn't safe anymore. I ain't calling it quit till I know my starstones. You need to be a little careful now, I see. Lucky seems to have remembered something, then begins to frantically search inside the bag. Having made sure everything is still there, he lets out a sigh of relief before passing you a ring he found inside. You can have it, my thanks. You've never seen such a generous Lucky as he pushes the ring into your hand. He mumbles as he walks away with the handbag. That bloody ring. Thought it was a treasure or something and gone mad the moment I picked it up, bloody shite. Alright, let me look here for a second. Damn it, that was a waste of time. I wasted my time there. Now I don't know if I'll make it to the ending in time. Okay, so the thing here is... I need to have 3 memory fragments. But I do not have 3 memory fragments with me. Give me a moment, I'm trying to think here. I have the 2 red shards I needed. I just need 3 of the memories here. Wait, I can't even get the memory shards. Wait, no, I can because I still have Julia. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do here. I'm going to load back to the manor here. The crooked silhouette shambling at your direction through the hazy mist obscures your vision. You still manage to recognize the figure as it approaches. Oh, Lucky? The crimson mist parts to reveal Lucky's chunky figure, swollen red winds around the surface of his cunning eyes, deprived of liveliness. You now see clearly Lucky's malevolent eyes fixated on you. The turned merchant is coming for you. So yeah, this chapter is really confusing because it's so loopy. Well, that was a bit unfortunate, but we'll live with it. Okay, and then we got the ring there. So what we gotta do now is we gotta go kill the clown down here. This will get us our second red shard. Then we gotta get the memory at the Ferris wheel. And then there's another memory at the food court area, and then there's one inside the mansion as well. Okay, we're gonna get the illusory flower here. There we go, we got one memory. Few memories now. After this ending, the rest of them should be fairly easily. Should be gone fairly easily. Because we don't have to go out of our way to get so many memories and stuff next time. think I was wrong, it's in the manor, now we have to backtrack, god damn it. Okay, let's kill these guys again here. As you come closer to the red mist, your thoughts begin to slow and your minds grow sluggish and heavy. Before you, a crimson mirror appears. The square frame floats in midair with a deep red void as its surface. If you detect a subtle moisture in your breath, you may have inhaled something. You see a vision of Alessio in his final moments, his body extremely frail as if he were made out of a piece of paper. Then the rolling red mist slows down and the scene abruptly enters slow motion. You hear Alessio's play. If there's truly a miracle, even if it's a deal with the devil, take everything I have, my very soul, just let Rosa be happy. The red mist roils again and the scene returns to normal. In the end, Alessio closes his eyes, his ring emits a faint glimmer. That glimmer then transforms into a streak of light and slips into Rosa's ring. Rosa weeps in grief and sorrow. You see her tears fall, one drop after another, slowly and gradually, to an ethereal bright white shimmer in the air. Instinctively, you reach out your hand. The radiant shimmer lands in your palm, transforming into a translucent white crystal. Okay, we should barely make it on time this time. And there we go. The floor in the study is all messed up with things that look like torture stuff. Plus, there's blood splatters everywhere. The wall bears the scars of gunfire. On the desk you discover a letter. Dear Alex, first of all, I'd like to express my gratitude to you. Since you joined the park, your talent and skills have brought us countless wonderful memories. Thanks to your hard work, the park has also received numerous positive feedback and praises. Regarding the treasure hunt event you proposed, I've consulted with the vendors and they assured me that all the props will be completed and installed before the celebration. I've emphasized that safety is the top priority, especially for the Grey Sword in the square. Please do not forget to double confirm whether the statue in Funhouse has the right size hole in its chest for the Grey Sword. Furthermore, for the statue in the cafeteria, can you have the workers build a small canopy above it to prevent the rain from affecting the electrical circuits? We can discuss more details later. I'm pretty sure this event will attract more visitors. Lastly, I want to inform you of an important decision. For all these years, I've always trusted your abilities, so I decided to hand over the management of the park to you. I hope you will continue to bring joy to everyone with your enthusiasm. If you have any questions or need further discussion, please feel free to contact me. Sincerely, Rosalind. The portrait depicts a beautiful lady with a small line of text in the lower right corner that reads, "To my dearest Rosa." She is exquisitely beautiful and she sits there with an elegant and graceful demeanor. a gentle smile gracing her lips. As the light from outside the window refracts onto the portrait, however, the once serene image begins to ripple. Just as you're about to take a closer look at the portrait, a chilling, resentful voice whispers in your ear. You see a weathered, bony hand emerging from the portrait, her nails tightly gripping the frame. Then half of the contorted face appears with a dark, hollow eye filled with resentment and anguish. It's Rosa. She stares at you with intense hatred and bitterness, her semi-transparent figure eerily clawing out the portrait. Shit, well, this is really not good. Okay, we killed her there. The wraith writhes on the floor, letting out agonizing wails. Streams of sanguineous vapor bleed from every nook and cranny of the room, encircling you inside their cage. The walls creak open with a resounding crack. Cracks climb into the ceiling as their fissured claws tear apart the walls. The floor violently trembles, and then comes a deafening rumble, followed by the sinking floor that's trying to pull you under. You desperately drag yourself to the doorway, but something locks you down fast. Rosa's tormented wraith reforms from the collapsed floor, her right withered hands clutching your ankle tightly. Her hollow eyes brimming with malevolence, she's like an obsessive force from the depths of hell. Screaming her venomous malice and agony, determined to pull you toward the endless abyss. Just as you're about to be pulled into the darkness, a stream of light shoots out of the ring. From a beam of light, the silhouette of a man appears. Gradually, it morphs into a translucent spirit. He walks up to Rosa, who's still writhing in agony. Tenderly, he takes her hand. Rosa shudders at the familiar touch and lifts her gaze to meet his. As she does, swirls of red mist seep out from her form. It's like watching the magic of time unfurling backwards. Her wrinkles smooth out, her dull white hair regains its lustrous sheen. He blossoms back to the serene beauty from the portrait, the woman Alicia had loved so deeply. Their loving gazes meet, years of longing and unspoken words melting away in that one look. Alicia pulls Rosalind into an intimate embrace, their spirits intertwining in an ethereal dance. This pair of lovers, separated by love in decades, are finally reunited in this moment. Countless specks of radiant light take flight from their translucent forms, twinkling softly like fireflies, yet also like stars. Scattered across the cosmos, shimmering with warm, soothing glow. Their bodies grow more transparent with every departing shimmer until eventually they fade away into the ether. The lingering red mist, now devoid of a host, begins to disperse. Serenity is restored. An antique ring falls from the air, clattering down next to your feet. As the red mist clears, you see a path leading to the lake behind the mansion. One second here, I'm looking for something. Why can't I use this weird spice? Let me say it here really quickly now. The ominous haze has veiled the park completely from the descending night with its looming presence. You make your way to the lakeside, disturbing flows of blood seep into the glimmering surface of the unfathomed pool. From the belfry, the toll sentence the death of the daylight, darkness is here. Red ripples ruffle the water, revealing the unseen horror beneath as winds wail and whisper their curses at your ear. The scarlet madness dives the loch into a cesspool of blood. The earth succumbs to its reign and trembles in fear, and delirious waves splatter on the shore. At their sweltering source at the center of the lake, a glowing sphere emerges from beneath the water, cursing everything that bathes. Its rays of blood. In the scarlet blood, you see wretched souls who have fallen from grace and given in to their avarice and desires. The unfathomed eye inspects you through the red light, the only truth of eons. It lies there, out of the boundaries of all imagination, all calculation, and all perception. The moon hangs over the dreadful night, its scowl snares your soul. Why can I not use the soy milk powder? Alright, let's see what we can do here. Why can I not use my items? That's so annoying. Incineration consumes these monsters and reduces their bodies to ashes before scattering their dust into the foul winds. Trains of red mist swirl above you, gathering, howling, and finally descending upon you. You let out a sigh of relief after you find that it was the shattered mess that the mist clung to. A soulless Julia stands by the lake, her hollowed eyes reflecting only the sadness of the rising blood moon. You know what? I think it's one of my passes that doesn't allow me to eat items. Yeah, it's my transformed in ritual one. Well, that certainly is unfortunate. Gioia, whose mind is on the verge of collapse, starts to lose control over her body, her lips twitching as she sobs in a broken voice. It can't be. Mom, Dad, were they just my dream? Gioia staggers, her pupils convulsed. She attempts and fails to deny herself the memory she's been cherishing for so long. A lie, it's a lie. Everything back in that mansion. There's no way they'd have left me like that. They have just been with me all the time. Rails of tears run down her cheeks. Her reason has been taken the plunge. Liar, you lied to me. It's not real. Time freezes at this fleeting moment like red flies to bile. Patches of mist in your vision swarm at Julia, surrounding and trapping her at the middle of a bloody vortex of air. You can hardly see anything aside from the roaring cyclone until the gale starts to calm down. A mad maiden floating in the air at the eye of the storm. Her attire bleeds the redness of blood and her eyes are dyed by the restless agony and pain. Red shards of crystal hover behind her, their edges shining the glint of murder. You see a white crystal flies out from your pocket before breaking into small shards, shielding Julia's attack. Soothed by their gentle glow, you look into the light, their reflection upon the path. You see the illusion of a girl clapping her hands with joy on the ceremony of the park's completion. You see her illusion and smiling eyes as she rests her head on the table watching Alicio present Rosa with her birthday cake in the mansion. You see her illusion and curious eyes as she stands next to Alicio, who burns the late-night oil at his desk for the Sky Wheels blueprint. Calm yourself, Julia. Together we can find the answer you've been seeking. Yet the girl refuses to wake from her dream. I've never sought any answer. I'm their child, their love. I was born because of them. My memories, they're the answer. If not, what are these feelings inside of me? Who am I? Light of malice takes form in her hands. You have to defend yourself from her next attack before you can change her mind with your words. Consciousness is being peeled away from you as her attack continues. It's only thanks to the gentle warmth from the crystal you're holding that you can still maintain yourself. Alicio died back in 1955, Julia. You saw his grave yourself, proof of decades putrefaction. Liar, I was gone for but a short while. You won't fool me. Then tell me about your mother, Chylli. Tell me what Rosa looked like. The mist around her fades a little as Chylli becomes lost, pondering over your inquisition. For a moment, you hear only the vortex howling. Mom's always kind to everyone around her. She's lovely, but she always has more work to do. And so, she'd always prepare some tea for Dad every time he stayed up late. Madame Rosa was almost 70 when she passed away, but you know what she looked like. It was her whom you saw in the mansion. Her pale face twitches at your words and wavering. Cold truth and her distant hopes were tearing the girl apart. Mom, how did you... It's been a dream. Yes, a nightmare. They'll come back to me once I wake up from it, they will. But her obstinacy leads her to the false conclusion, nevertheless. The storm resumes its mad howl as the vortex seems to engulf you. The blood moon bursts out, rays of frenzied glare. And you feel the blood boiling inside your veins to answer the call. Every cell you have turns against you in an desperate attempt to break free from this flesh cage. Terrible dreams no man ever dared to dream before now haunt your mind. The past and future converges on you through the nexus of time as those memories, whether yours or not, begin to flow into you. The weakened glow from the last shard of white crystal wards your shattered sanity from collapsing. You struggle to get to your feet, realizing how Chylli is the last piece of the puzzle to reverse the blood moon. Chylli, our memories can be deceiving sometimes. Reality fails us and our wishes more often than not. It's like a prison, a sea of darkness that swallows anyone who can't walk away from it and drowns them in loneliness. But we can never throw ourselves against it, no. Instead, we repel it with our light. You summon all your strength and toss the white crystal at Chylli. The moment it touches Chylli's body, the unseen conduit that links her and the blood moon together wanes. And with that, her madness. I know, this Chylli, she is but my fantasy. Long have I slumbered at the bottom of the loch, until that day when my desire scorned every part in me. The unfulfilled love, the heartbreaking lament, they were like honey to my arid soul. I just want to embrace them one more time. Droplets trickle down Chylli's cheeks. 50 years, it was but an instant to me, an instant too short for my dream to finish. But was an eternity to them, an eternity that divided them forever from theirs. Chylli looks at the white crystal in her palm, the faint glow lights up her pale face. She pauses. Thank you for this warmth you've brought me. She lifts her head, the red moon waits her silently in the dark sky. She does not speak until she turns back to you with a smile on her face. She doesn't want to go, but the decision has been made. Her decision. Thank you. Goodbye. Shadows of memory return to the girl like gemstones once lost, imbuing her with emotions strange and familiar. Something wells up from the bottom of her heart. The wonderful, the sorrowful, the lamentable. Chylli, for one last time, lifts her rueful eyes at everything so despicably grim yet so solacing. Time to wake up from the grit dream, she sighs. Gravity holds her no more as she lets go of her legs, allowing her imaginary wings to take her closer to the moon. Its crimson light, no longer ominous, bathes the girl in its serene glow. Phrases flit across her dress as she takes the dark red stage of the night, whispering their prayers. Their mistress is departing. Her body acquiesces to the promised farewell and yields up its existence, letting the moonlight through her crystalline torso and limbs. A cold warmth flows inside her. She doesn't hear the twinkle or see the crevices climbing across her pellucid body as it crumbles. At least it doesn't hurt. Her tears melt into the vast red velvet with fraying fragments the wind peels from her. Lovers of crystal remnant recaptured by gravity, raining phantasmal vapor ceases. The night ends. The tint of blue light seizes the blood moon and its crimson glare recedes. Redness flees, replaced by the peace of night that should have always been there. The moon once again graces the world with its purity as the wheel of time reverses its rotation. In the new world, this timeline depicts you, Alex, has become a different person. He inherits the part from Rosalind and becomes its owner. However, it doesn't take long before he donates the property to the town and only offers his hand in its management. Barhow Park reopens as a semi-public park to visitors from near and far. In addition, Alex also sets up a psychological counseling office inside the town with the help of the local community. Though happiness is vital, we should always learn to embrace sadness and discouragement, as they are also what makes our lives whole. It's our hope that may encourage you in dire hours. Seeing Alex is capable to put everything in order with his own hands, Pasqualino leaves the town and the burden on his own shoulders lifted. He can finally enjoy a life of his own. 2 years after he departed from Far Hope Town, the Italian restaurant in a not far away city sees a muscular chef. The last thing you want to do there would be ordering a pineapple pizza. Later, he adopts a homeless cat and checks out new manga at a local bookstore in his leisure time. He likes the life he's having now. In another dimension, the girl examines the red crystal with her violet eyes of curiosity. Sits on her... Damn it! Okay, I'm going to reload that really quickly. Okay, let's do this again really quickly. I'm actually going to cut and I'll be back at the area where I missed that text. Alright, sorry for that, I'm back. In another dimension, a girl examines the red crystal with her violet eyes of curiosity. Sits on her faintly lit hair is a baseball cap whose texture shimmers with the luster of reptilian skins, redirecting the glint back to the white ophidian scales that clad the illusory space like billowing walls. I thought it's just me being neglectful, but it turns out your self-awareness has been doing the trick. Interesting. It's a shame that you've squandered the most of it. Well, at least I get to keep the key. As if having received the command, the serpent entangling her other arm erects from its prone position, the red crystal soon finding its new home inside the serpent's maw. Oh, I almost forgot it. Your reward. Here, take it and be grateful. As if having received the command, the serpent entangling her other arm erects from its prone position, lies inside its open mouth as a crimson ring. You've proved yourself worthy of my trust. Now if you'll excuse me. In a white flash, the girl has left the room, leaving only her idle voice echoing behind. Wow, that's actually really good. Time rewinds before it stops once again at a fork in its course. This time, instead of the path paved with tragedies, it leads them to the untreaded one. The park's fate is in the hands of the residents of the world once more. Only time can tell what miracles or challenges await them ahead. Nevertheless, the chapters of woe are now stories of the past, and stagnation now gives way to the vibrant flow. Every other soul welcomes the happy ending at the cost of one soul's sacrifice. Something tingles you inside your fist. As you spread your palm out, the crimson ring has been resting there, a familiar warmth still lingering on it. Through the ring, you see the park with its peace restored and the genuine smiles on its visitors' faces. There we go, we got all 3 mythical items. There's another tray we can get from the soy milk, but I don't. It will take a bit to actually get that. And yeah, let's return to the hall now. At the desk in the library, you told Sothoth about your travel experience. They listened patiently, and there was a red ring on the desk. This fragment has the ability to modify individual memory information, recall memory, and awaken instinct. The most active and primitive memory in human genes is the memory of killing. Therefore, you encountered many crazy humans in that space-time. I'm also curious why it would self-evolution, giving birth to a new consciousness. A light blue light condenses in Sothoth's hands, but the light soon faded away. Unfortunately, this consciousness chose to shatter the self to stop the spread of disordered power. Even if I repaired her body, her self will not fully be recovered. Sothoth sighed deeply. This is the choice made by Joya. If it were me, I would make the decision too. Starkey, no one wants to repeat the same mistakes. You need to abide by our agreement. At the end of the journey, everything will return to the south. At that time, you need to choose to accommodate, not to separate. I know, Sothoth. Alright, give me a second here. Okay, I need to generate some SP here really quickly. Alright, but anyway, that's where we're gonna leave it for today's video. We'll continue next time and get the rest of the endings there, but for now that's where we're gonna end it. So, if you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!